Welcome to another episode of The PA is In, where we delve into topics that matter to PAs. Today, we're exploring Sermo, a unique community tailored specifically for healthcare professionals like PAs. Sermo has historically served physicians, but they have a new APP community that caters to nurse practitioners, PAs, APRNs, CRNAs, and more. This is a space where those providers are allowed to connect, share insights, and even participate in paid surveys. Inside of this episode, we'll discuss the origins of Sermo, its evolution into a dedicated space for advanced practice providers, and the benefits it offers to its members. We'll also touch on the financial opportunities available through participation in paid medical surveys and how active engagement in the community can enhance your experience. Whether you're already a member of Sermo and want to make sure you're getting the most out of it, or you're considering joining, this episode will provide valuable insights into how Sermo can support your personal growth, professional development, and connect you with a network of your peers in various specialties all across the country. I do have a specific referral link that earns you an automatic $20 when you sign up and join the Sermo APP community. That link is in the show notes. All right, where did Sermo come from anyway? Sermo was founded more than 20 years ago by Dr. Daniel Palestrant as a platform for physicians to discuss clinical cases and to share their medical knowledge. Specifically for doctors originally, over the years, this Sermo space has evolved into a dedicated community for APPs, recognizing the vital role that PAs, NPs, CRNAs, and APRNs play in healthcare. In fact, Sermo recently launched an APP specific community, which I joined about a year ago for just those providers mentioned. One of the standout features of Sermo is in its exclusivity. Unlike Facebook groups or other community forums, membership in Sermo is restricted to verified healthcare professionals, which helps the discussion to be more relevant and more secure. And honestly, there is less spam or irrelevant or derogatory, unprofessional posts that are happening inside the Sermo community, as opposed to some of those Facebook groups that we all belong to. The fact that the environment and the community is closed means that you can have a little bit more open and honest communication and people can ask advice. A lot of people will ask about second opinions, or has anyone ever come across a rare specific thing? Maybe they have a case that's unsolved. Maybe they have a specific thing that they're looking for a recommendation for a certain type of provider in a certain area of the country. It gives clinicians an opportunity to share experiences, to collaborate on patient care with less concerns about privacy or unauthorized access by people who aren't part of the community or by people who aren't healthcare clinicians. For those listeners who are interested in supplementing their income, Sermo also offers paid medical survey opportunities. By sharing your professional insights, you can earn compensation while contributing to medical research and industry developments. Active participation in the community not only increases your earning potential, but also ensures that you receive survey invitations before they fill up, maximizing your opportunities to earn more money. They do text you or email you, sometimes depending on what you put the communication settings of your profile, when there are surveys available. When I'm logged into and participating in some of these community discussions in Sermo regularly, I am more likely to see the survey alerts and I'm able to screen out of or participate in the surveys before they fill up. And when I look back at the pattern of what I've earned in the last 12 months since I have participated in Sermo, I see sort of inconsistencies where there are fits and spurts of more earning and less earning. And the times when I'm earning more regularly is when I'm more present and active, spending time in the community. For the people out there who are like, how much money did you actually earn doing these surveys? I looked at my transaction record and I've brought home right at $800 for the year by participating in surveys. I will be completely transparent in that I work in a very niche specialty. So I work in a plastic surgery office specifically with aesthetics. And that rules me out for many surveys based on screening, just because unless they're looking for someone in plastic surgery and aesthetics, it's unlikely that I meet their criteria. I was definitely not consistent in answering survey requests. And I think that the possibility exists that you could earn more in different specialties or settings with a more broader application, especially if you find those surveys that are looking for you and if you're more diligent in participation. I was mostly joining this community so that I could know what it was about, potentially to do an episode about it, to see if these medical surveys actually do generate income and to kind of get the lay of the land. There is a lot to be said about the Sermo community outside of earning just a little bit of extra money. So, beyond financial incentives, Sermo provides access to lots of resources, whether that's the opinions of other clinicians or their drug ratings database. There are lots of resources inside the community that you can use to solve questions or to interact with others or to get advice on things like conferences or the best, journals to subscribe to. It's definitely a helpful place. I would say if you're posting a question, it's hit or miss who sees it and what kind of answers you get, just depending on who's in the community at that specific time. So, in that way, the platform serves as a hub for professional networking. There are over 1 million members worldwide. I couldn't find exactly how many members are of the Sermo APP community, but inside of that community, you can connect with colleagues and you can connect with people who are doing your specialty in different areas. You can ask if people have had trouble getting credentialed for something or running into a problem with administration. So there are lots of discussions happening. They do have virtual events. They have surveys throughout the weeks where you can see what other people answer in terms of number of patients that they're seeing, work life balance, burnout, all sorts of different topics. And then you'll also see people posting questions on challenging cases or requesting a second opinion so you can enhance your clinical knowledge while you're expanding your professional network in an online setting. Inside of Sermo, you can also personalize your news feed and follow specific topics that are pertinent and interesting to you. So currently, I'm following burnout, surgery, plastic surgery, CME, finance and investing, and COVID-19. So you can choose which things that you are following. And then when you're in your news feed, you can see everything or you can see posts that are specifically relevant to you, which helps to weed out some things if you're not interested in seeing certain things about this community. Sermo is committed to supporting APPs because they built this community just for us. Now, I was never invited to Sermo before this APP community launched, and I don't know if there were PAs or NPs or APRNs or CRNAs who were in that physician specific community. But there are lots of questions and discussion topics specific to the challenges that APPs face, which I think are different, profession to profession, but can also be similar when it's this group of providers that are not physicians who are in a network or in an organization that is physician centric, that they're talking about how to break into leadership, how to feel valued, some of these things that are things that definitely um, sort of pervade across these different professions. So, if you are looking to connect with others in similar spaces with comparable degrees, this dedicated focus of the APP community inside of Sermo fosters a sense of belonging and the sense of professional camaraderie between members. Joining Sermo is super straightforward. The registration process does include verification of your professional credentials to maintain the integrity of the community. And that way, it is a closed community for medical professionals only. This typically requires you to upload your license and await verification, which can take a day or two. Once you're verified, you can customize your profile. You can choose your level of anonymity. You can add a profile picture and then start exploring the various features and opportunities the platform offers. A pro tip here is the more complete your profile is in terms of who you are, what you do, the specialty and setting that you work in, the more accurate and abundant your survey offers are. I've also found that once I sort of find a lane in terms of surveys and I answer the screening questions and I get a survey and I do the survey, that other surveys like that will tend to come in. So I do think there's some sort of back end algorithm that's identifying me as the person who might be able to answer things about Botox filler, new skincare lines, things like that in our office. And so I would advise you not to get discouraged if you rule out for several surveys, because once you rule in and get a couple, that's when I felt like I had momentum in terms of earning more from these surveys, because it seemed like then Sermo knew what to offer me in terms of specialty and content of the things that were being pushed out into my feed in terms of available surveys. There are various different degrees of participation in surveys. So some of them are online only, where you answer multiple choice questions. Some are where you get called and you have a phone conversation with someone. The ones where you get called tend to have higher reimbursement, where you get paid more for your time. Like I just completed one about patient workflow that was $225 for a 60-minute phone call. So it depends also on where you are, what you do for work, and what they're looking for in terms of these surveys. The bottom line here is that the Sermo APP community provides a secure, exclusive platform for advanced practice providers so that you can connect, share knowledge, and access some of these resources. They have this commitment to maintaining a closed community, which ensures that discussions remain professional and confidential, fostering a supportive environment for all members. I will say that the members who work for Sermo, who are inside of this discussion, sort of moderating, commenting, posting, and linking to things that people might be asking about, are incredibly helpful. And there is a very professional air about the community that is definitely lacking in some of the other like social media groups for these specific professionals. The financial opportunities through paid surveys offer a practical, I would say, incremental way to supplement your income while contributing to meaningful medical research. Active engagement within the community not only enhances your earning potential, but it also enriches your professional experiences through things like networking and collaboration. Like many things in life, this is a situation where you get out what you put in. More interaction, more comments, more connections, and messages will lead to a richer experience as a part of this community. If you're seeking a dedicated space to connect with fellow PAs, NPs, APRNs, CRNAs, consider joining Sermo's new APP community. And if you'd like an extra $20 simply for joining, use the link in the show notes. It's a platform designed with our unique needs in mind, offering tools and opportunities to support your professional journey. Thank you for tuning in to this episode of The PA is In. I want to encourage you to stay connected, stay informed, and continue to thrive in your everyday clinical practice and in your life outside of work. That's all for today. This PA is out.